how to have conscious, connected, enlightening sex in your relationships. This is a taboo topic that I wish was spoken about more when I was growing up, and it's starting to be spoken about more. But if you're someone who's interested and wanting to improve your sex life, your level of connectedness, intimacy, depth within your relationships, and life in general, please pay attention and enjoy this conversation, because it's something that I've been on a journey on consciously for the last 7 years into this world, and it's been life-changing. From someone who's come from a massive porn addiction, for someone who didn't understand sexuality, someone who has a high level of sexual energy within them, this has been an epic journey of learning, discovering, healing, being vulnerable, and it's been quite the journey, which I'd love to share some tips that have really served me and my beautiful wife as well along our journey together. So, with that being said, before I get started, if you don't know who I am, my name's Lewis. I'm a coach, I'm a speaker, I'm an author. I've written a book called The Inspired Life Method. So I'll be using some things that I'll refer to from the book today. And if you could do me a massive favor, if you could just like this video, leave a comment and subscribe. It helps more than you realize. It just shares the content with more people, so I get to help more people. So with that being said, let's begin. So as I just mentioned before, when I grew up, I was never taught healthy, conscious ways of having sex and connecting. I was someone that got introduced to sex and porn very early, around the ages of 12 years old. Massive porn addiction, sex addiction, and always had a lot of sexual energy, but I never really got shown how to channel it, how to use it, how to express it in a healthy way. And it's taken me, I got into this world probably 7 years ago of learning about sex, about sexuality, about intimacy, around healing. I've been healing for about 10 years consciously as well. And it's just been a journey I'm just sharing this because I've been through this. I'm still on the journey, and I've come from like one end of the spectrum, and now I'm moving towards the other, where one end of the spectrum is very fake, performative, aiming for just climactic orgasms the entire time, versus now I'm getting more into the energetics and the connection and the flow and more of the tantric world. That's where my head's at the moment. And it's a beautiful rabbit hole to get into and a journey to explore. And this is the journey that I've been on so far. So one of the tips that I'm going to share with you guys now is, number one, I don't believe I'll rephrase this. Porn is not necessarily the problem. It's the reason and the energy behind it. If you're doing it for creative, self-pleasure, exploration, I don't see any challenge with that. If you're using it as an outlet, as an addictive vice, then I can see that as a challenge. And that was what I was like for a very long time. Versus getting to a point where you're able to explore and express yourself, your body, your desires, your wants in a healthy way, I don't see that as a challenge. So if you're someone right now who's shaming yourself, judging yourself for someone who's consuming porn or has a lot of sexual desires, stop shaming yourself for it, firstly. There's nothing wrong with it. Just tune into, why are you doing it? If you're doing it because I'm insecure, I've got some unhealed trauma, and this is my way to overcompensate, then I would obviously say that's not a healthy expression. But if you're like, you know what, I've got a lot of sexual energy and I'm curious about this, I want to look into this, I want to explore this with an open mind, from a place of love and exploration, no dramas with that. So I just wanted to frame that because I wish I got told that many years ago. So first step, to improve your level of connectedness, intimacy, vulnerability, and sex with your partner and yourself, it actually starts outside of the bedroom. I'm going to give you guys some practical tips in the bedroom of what's really serving me and my wife at the moment. But what's really helped us as a whole is what happens outside of the bedroom. How connected are you with your partner? How loving and playful are you with your partner? A couple of tips that have really served me is, I'm going to speak obviously from my perspective as a masculine man. Now you could insert if you're a masculine woman, if you're a feminine woman, a masculine man, a feminine man, or whatever you identify as. No dramas. Just insert whatever person you are with what I'm about to say. So I learned this from reading the book, The Way of the Superior Man. Fantastic book. Go read it if you haven't read it. And one of the biggest takeaways I got out of is a man or masculine, a man's or masculine's highest priority is their life's mission. And I did a sexual mastery program 2 years ago now, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago now. And it was around the highest priority for a man, for a masculine, is to pursue and penetrate the world with their mission and purpose. Because think about this, ladies, and again, when I say men or women, ladies or gentlemen, whatever gender, just insert masculine or feminine, just so I don't have to repeat myself 1,000 times in this podcast. So ladies, or feminine, ladies, picture this. You've got a man, a masculine, who is not penetrating life. They're not pursuing their gift. They're working a job that they fucking hate, that they do the bare minimum to get by, and then they spend the rest of their life watching TV, smoking cigarettes, not looking after their health, and distracting themselves and numbing themselves as stimulus. How fucking attractive is that? It's not. It's repelling as fuck. So something that I learned a few years ago now is the importance of truly knowing and living to embodying and expressing your purpose. So be the best version of you in your purpose, in your mission, and penetrate life. How much are you living life on your edge? Are you growing? Are you showing up? Because that energy gets translated into the bedroom. Again, a lot of us just focus on what's the magical tips to have better sex and orgasms. And yes, I'm going to touch on that later on. But start on the foundational level. Work on you. Show up as you. That's why when I work with my clients, the first thing I do is values, your soul's values, your life's purpose, mission, and vision. So you can start pursuing and being the most authentic expression of who you truly are. Because then you're going to be able to give the fullness of you more in life, including the bedroom. So an overarching theme of this conversation is if you want better actual sex and connection and all that in the bedroom, it starts outside the bedroom. And one of the biggest pillars of that is really knowing who you are, knowing what you're here to do, knowing your mission and your purpose in life, and fucking going after it. Ladies, again, men, women, whatever gender or energy, picture your partner going after their fucking mission, going after their fucking purpose, showing up on their fucking edge, and going after life. It's attractive. It's magnetizing for a partner, right? So that's the first thing that's really served me on my journey, is actually leaning deeper into that. The more I show up for my fucking purpose, my mission, my events, my impact, my clients, the more I show up for my wife, the more I show up in life, and that improves our experiences in the bedroom. So that's the first thing I want to tick off. Outside of that as well, just another angle of outside of the bedroom stuff, is what are you hiding from your partner? So I like this analogy. I use this now. So I want you to picture a channel between your heart and your partner's heart. So your two hearts have a channel connecting the two. Now, if the channel is clear and clean and empty, all of this beautiful love and electricity and intimacy and connection is going to flow so nicely between each other. You guys feel excited, electric, connected, loving towards one another. If the channel is full or clogged, there's going to be resentment. There's going to be frustration. There's going to be challenges, fights, disagreement, disconnection. What clogs the channel? Many things. Maybe you're hiding something from your partner. Maybe you've betrayed your partner. You've been lying to your partner. You're hiding something from your partner. You're not doing what you say you're going to do. You say you're going to do something and you don't fucking follow through. Maybe you're not spending time to connect with your partner. You're not actually seeing your partner, making them feel seen and loved and special and important. It could be a myriad of things. It could be so many different things that could be clogging the channel. The question that you can start asking yourself and get your partner to answer as well, or ask, is the channel clear right now? Or what's clogging the channel? And it might be that you said you're going to go take the rubbish out, you didn't take the rubbish out. It could say that you said you're going to take us on a date and you haven't done it. It's maybe that your partner wants you to take them out and do more activities and be more masculine or more feminine, whatever it may be, and they're not doing that. But they don't know because you haven't told them that. So it's just getting clear on what is it for you, because it will be very individual. I just gave some examples, which are ones that I've been through and I've experienced, of what is it that's clogging the channel or stopping that level of love and flow and intimacy to flow between you and your partner. And it's just being super vulnerable and super honest about this stuff. Because if you want better sex, better connection, it starts with your level of connection to each other and yourself. So just have real honest question right now. Say that channel between you and your partner, is it clear right now? Yes or no? And the answer might be no, and that's okay. Then what do you need to do to clear it? And get your partner to ask the same question. And if you need help them understanding what we're talking about, just send them this video. I'll do the talking for you. So go clear the channel. Go resolve anything. If that involves a big fucking open conversation because you've been doing something for years, you've been shaming yourself, you've been cheating, you've been abandoning, you've been betraying, you've been lying, you've got some shit that you shame yourself for, whatever it may be, bring it up, because that expressed shit is magnified in life, especially the bedroom. So go clear the channel, bring it all up, air out all your dirty laundry, get it out, clear it out, clear the channel so the love and connection and intimacy can flow so nicely between you two. Next point, your desires. Speaking your desires. The amount of people that I'm starting to talk to now, because I'm starting to lean more into this topic, because I actually was like timid of sharing this because it was so taboo to talk about. But the more I'm leaning into it and going deeper into healing this side of my life with my wife and our connection, our sex life, and being able to help my clients now with theirs, the more I'm actually just stepping into it. Hence, I'm filming this podcast right now to talk about it. And something that a lot of people shame themselves for, I do this exercise at my events. It's really funny. Picture this. It's really funny. So at the event, I run in-person events now. That's me leaning into my purpose and pursuing my mission. I get people to partner up with someone they've never met before. So I say, stand up, guys, go find a partner that you've never met before, and you're going to look each other in the eyes. And listen to the way that I frame this. It's really funny. I say, I'm about to ask you a question. Do not answer the question straight away. Just sit with it, and then I'll get you to answer it afterwards, okay? So again, I'm going to say something. Don't answer it. Not yet. And I'll say, whoever's going first, get ready. Tell your partner your deepest, darkest sexual fantasy. And it's so funny because I'm watching everyone's faces. They go, and they like tense up, they get triggered, and like the energy shifts instantly in the room and people start laughing. It's fucking hilarious. And I said, guys, again, don't say anything. I don't get them to share, just so you guys know. I don't get them to actually say it. But the reason I do that exercise is to show them that so many people shame themselves for their sexuality. They shame themselves for their desires. Interesting. Whatever you suppress, you express through your life. A lot of people's addictions are actually expressions of their unhealed shit, which can come from their unexpressed desires as well. So actually knowing what your desires are and speaking them to your partner. Do you want to bring toys into the bedroom? Do you want to explore in different positions? Do you want to explore with different people? Take away all of the beliefs and bullshit projections of what you have to, ought to, got to, should, must. And I've had a lot of people have a lot of shame around their sexuality from religion, from family, and from society. Be aware of this stuff. Remember, if you haven't listened to my content before, whenever you hear the words you have to, you ought to, you got to, you should, you must, you're supposed to, you're meant to, or some version of those words, someone is projecting their beliefs or values onto someone else. Because if I say go explore with another person, go to a swingers party, go to a tantra party, go try some toys, go do whatever it is, a lot of you, if it triggers you or shame comes up, you probably have some conditioning from some beliefs of what you have to, ought to, got to, be, must. Tune into it. I'm not here to tell you what beliefs to subscribe to, just so you guys know. But just be aware of it. Like I'm reading a Tantra book at the moment and we're looking at going to Tantra parties together. My wife and I have done some swinging together. We're starting to explore that in a healthy way. Now, the rule that I have is do it with integrity, do it with love, do it with transparency. Don't like hide the shit and cheat and all that stuff. But do it with transparency and just speak your desires. And your desires might have nothing to do with that, just so you guys know. You might just want to have it more frequently. You might want to try different positions. You might want to do the XYZ, blah, blah, blah. But all I know is if you suppress your desires, it will show up somewhere else. You'll start to look for some external validation somewhere else because you're not getting it from your partner. It will show up somewhere else. I guarantee you that. You push a beach ball underneath water, it pop up somewhere else. So my invitation to you, write down your desires. What are your sexual desires? And do it without any projections from anything, from parents, from religion, from society, whatever beliefs you got, remove them for now. Just do the exercise with no judgment. What are my sexual desires? Write it all down. And get your partner to do the same thing and come together and just have an open, loving conversation. And then your triggers will probably come up, and that's one of the steps here. Actually, that's our next step. So I'll go straight into that now. So if you followed my work, I talk a lot about healing and trauma and limitations and inner work and all that stuff. So trauma are parts of you that you don't love. And you try to hide those parts of who you are. And you shame yourself for those parts of who you are. So I'll get you to answer this question. Answer this question. You can put it in the comments if you feel vulnerable enough and below, or do whatever you want. What's the part of you that you dislike the most? Or you can ask this question. What do you not want to be seen as? Think of that. And I'll be more specific to the bedroom. What do you not want to be seen as in the bedroom? Find the one-word answer or two-word answer. Aim for one-word answers. What's the one-word answers that come up? Whatever words come up, like stupid, ugly, messy, dumb, not enough, or inadequate, too much, weak, predator, creepy, words like that could come up. Angry, erratic, powerful, whatever it may be. Those are wounds of yours. And what happens with our trauma, if you guys follow my content around trauma are the parts of you that you don't love. You try to hide and disown those parts of who you are. So those are the things you try not to be seen as and express or show in life, especially the bedroom. What I've noticed since doing inner healing, like deep inner healing for the last 10 years, every time me or my wife does a healing process, whether it's my balancing process or another form of healing, our sex life gets better. Our sex life gets better every time we heal. Why is that? Because we're more safer or able to show those parts of who we are. I've done a lot of healing around my dad. Love you, Dad. And a lot of my wounds were around his anger and his erraticness and how aggressive he was. So, because those were traumas of mine, wounds of mine, those were parts of me that I didn't love and I didn't want to be seen as and I didn't want to show. So guess what? In the bedroom, I try to not be too aggressive and erratic in the bedroom. I try to be more softer and slower and tantric, which is great. But it's about loving all parts of who you are, right? That's the journey. Healing or self-growth is learning to love all parts of who you are. So ask yourself those questions. Go back and answer them if you didn't. What are the parts of you that you don't want to be seen as? What are the parts of you that you judge yourself for? What are the parts of you that you don't love? What are the parts of you that you dislike most? Whatever those parts are, use the one-word answers. There will be parts of who you are, behaviors, traits, or parts of a human that you don't love. Those are the things that you try not to be seen as, and that shows up in the bedroom. Because the more you heal and integrate and do the work, the more you're able to show and express all parts of who you are. And your sex will get better because you're able to show those parts of yourself. I hope this is landing. That's probably arguably the most important or the biggest needle mover in this conversation. The more that you heal, the better your sex life gets. It's a good byproduct of inner healing, right? So if you want better sex, come work with me. I'll help you heal. So now, with all that out of the way, I want to focus on a couple of just tactical stuff for in the bedroom stuff. So number one, take your focus off the orgasm. Take your focus off it for yourself and for your partner. Take your focus off that. Because if you focus on it, you become attached to it. So take it off that. What we like to do, like sometimes we have a game like who can we make come first? That's a bit of a game that we play. Who can we make have an orgasm first? It's a good little competition we have. I normally win. So we have that game. But we also like to have no expectations of orgasm. Because when you actually have that, because whatever you need and focus on, you get attached to, you often repel and push away. Whatever you need in life will control you. So if you're so needy to make your partner orgasm, you get so fixated on that, in a negative way, you often push it away from you. Where, if there's no expectation for orgasm, you're just there to explore and to play and to have fun and to love each other and to give each other as much pleasure and to receive as much pleasure as possible, ironically, you have better orgasms. Isn't that cool? So that's been a huge shift for me and my wife when it comes to the bedroom. And the last one, this one, there's a lot of like certain angles on this one. So I'll kind of just brain dump on you guys. It's the art of being able to breathe and move the energy through you in the bedroom. So from my first point, watching a lot of porn and having a big porn and sex addiction when I was younger, you get taught around fake sex. Porn, depending on the type of porn that you're watching, it's very fake, it's very staged, very performative. And a lot of men, I'm just speaking from my experience, get taught to like orgasm, you have to tense up and tighten everything up and you stop breathing, you build up all this pressure and tension to have this big orgasm and ejaculate. Whereas if you want prolonged orgasms and be able to control your orgasms and control when you finish and control when if you choose to, like sometimes me and my wife have sex and I choose to not ejaculate. She'll often ask me, do you feel like coming today or not? So I'll say yes or no, depending on the time, depending how I'm feeling in the moment. So being able to, how do you do that? Learn to breathe and relax in the bedroom. Learn to not tense up. Learn to open up the energy centers. If you're into the chakra centers, learn to open up your centers, open up your body, and let the energy flow through you. So I'm reading a book right now. It's called Urban Tantra. Really good book. About 3/4 of the way through. Really solid book. And it's just reiterating a lot of lessons I've learned over the last 7 years. But learning how to breathe and tense your perineum, your PC muscles, they're the muscles between your bum and your genitals. And it's like when you stop yourself from like going to the toilet and doing a wee. So it's like tensing those pelvic floor muscles and actually sending that energy from your sexual like your genitals, and actually breathing and moving that energy up through your body. You're circulating that energy, and instead of having this huge big buildup of tense energy that lead to a big explosion, you actually can circulate that energy through you. It's really beautiful. Like we've gone for fucking hour plus time of having sex where we haven't needed to or wanted to have the ejaculation orgasm. You can have full body orgasms though, which is really cool. As men, you can have multiple orgasms. A full body orgasm, I can't explain it. It is fucking phenomenal. It takes a lot of practice, and you got to practice to get towards it. But being able to consciously choose if and when you choose to actually ejaculate, holy shit, your sex life gets better. You have more confidence in it. You take the expectations off. You energize yourself. You are able to manifest more. If you're into sex magic, go Google and research sex magic. Really, really cool. But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Those tips have significantly blown our sex life out of the water. It has been so amazing, energetic, and attracting. Now, sex is not that important to a lot of people. It is to me. It's meaningful to me. I love it. It's enjoyable, and we get to explore and grow and heal together. And it is such a magical place where if you do this work, it can be so pleasurable, so desirable, so loving, so expanding. You can literally have healing in that. We've had moments where we've had like literally wounds and trauma and insecurities come up in the bedroom, and we're able to heal through that energetically, mentally, emotionally, and sexually. It's really beautiful. So I just want to rapid fire all those tips just so you can summarize them. Number one is please get out of those habits you've learned if you've consumed a lot of porn like I used to. And again, porn is not necessarily quite bad. It's the type of porn that you're watching and the reason you're watching it, okay? So just take away any shame you've got towards it. I've got no issue with it as long as it's healthy, it's not fake and super staged, and why are you doing it? Is it to explore? Is it to look into desires? Is it to open your sexuality and all those things? No dramas with that. Just look at the reason you're doing it. That's the reason I want to tune into. Look at all the things outside of the bedroom of how you can bring more love and intimacy and connection to yourself and to your partner. Learn to unpack any shame or shit you're hiding, anything you're judging yourself for, you're hiding from your partner. Speak to your partner as well about the channel, that channel between each other's hearts. What's clogging it right now? What's blocking the channel right now? Clear it out. Let that love and connection flow through you guys effortlessly. Speak your desires. What are your desires? What do you want to explore? What are you into? What do you want to pursue? And remove any fucking judgment from any religion, any society, anything that you've taken on of what you have to, ought to, got to be sex-wise. Remove all that bullshit. Tune into your desires. Healing, keep integrating your stuff. The more you heal, the better your sex life will be, because you'll be more open to showing all parts of who you are and love all parts of who you are. Really beautiful. Don't focus on the orgasm. Just focus on connecting, loving, pleasuring, exploring each other. Really awesome. And then learn how to breathe and circulate your energy so you don't just pent up, and have this huge explosion at the end, okay? You can choose when you want to do that, by all means, but having the ability to choose where you just want to circulate that energy, honestly, if you do it properly, because especially for men, when you ejaculate and come, generally you're exhausted. It's like your life force, your chi energy is gone. Versus when you actually have a full body orgasm and you circulate your energy, it's like caffeine. It's like a ecstasy hit where you're like energized as hell to go conquer life and conquer the world, right? So I hope this helped. This has been something that I've been journeying for the last sort of 7 years now, and it's been an epic journey. Still a lot to go, still a lot of healing to go, still a lot of depth to go. But I hope this helped out. I wish I was told this many years ago when I first got into sexuality and porn and connecting and all that stuff. So I hope this helped. Hope you got some value. Leave your thoughts below. If you totally disagree, I get that as well. If you want to heal, you want to find your purpose, you want to do all this stuff, I teach all this stuff in my coaching. There's a link down below for a free trial. You get a one-on-one call with me. Share this as well. I love you. I appreciate you. See you on the next one. Bye.